Yeah, man. Lunch talks, internet ready, and all them things. And we're speaking on the urban community, urban news, UK algorithm with um, at current, a lot of people were speaking of like their sentencing of Dig Dat, and obviously speculation was already in hand from the minute, unfortunately, um, a man called Striker Luger had passed away, kind of thing. In it, he went by Striker, went by Luger Belly, he went by a range of names, and I've understood obviously after his unfortunate um, traumatic issues and everything else and whatnot. He was actively trying to change his life, even as a podcast, and like he was doing his ones and twos of speaking about how he has found his life through Christ after being shot 8 times in it, and it was mad. Like obviously you see the injuries and stuff like that, and it looked crazy. But with Dig That, the minute that the guy had passed, and he's come out and said like publicly that that wasn't the person who had shot him. However, yeah, these are street rules, these are street tactics, because in the same instance, it was like a free him up and it free him up. And obviously at that time, I think it was still fresh. So, like, when you know in it, so you automatically know what that means when you like stick to the code kind of thing. You know, with this Dig That situation, and this is why it is important for our younger generation to stay in school and stop trying to look cool out here. You know, because I'm seeing a range of things and thought pieces, paragraphs, and you know what it is as well. It's mad that like a lot of these men in the UK are just actually groupies, gang. Like, you know, internet rediac. You know, like the minute something happens, automatically speculating and stuff. So obviously, like the police and the intelligence ain't stupid, you know, because as soon as my man checked out, it's like Folkestone's AM, you might as well have called it AM, and obviously it comes to, I think it was yesterday that they said that he's been sentenced to 24 years, which is like more or less a life sentence, yeah? And a lot of guys, like, this could never be me. I'm seeing man like, oh no, Dig That got 24, oh my days. Could never be me, gang. Like, especially when like I don't know a man kind of thing and whatnot. But even if I do, I wouldn't even be on the flex. I know a man from my way and whatnot that got 32 years for AM as well. And obviously I don't think it's like for an attempted murder, I don't think it's a correct kind of time period, like 20 and above kind of thing. But then we have to look at the logical analyzation from obviously the people at hand and the jury and the judge kind of thing. With Dig that situation is he's already been in jail for something along these lines when he was younger, right? And gaining his success, his rapping and everything else and whatnot, and then to be in the loophole of this, it's mad. Obviously, it's one of them ones because apparently, allegedly, that he was robbed of a chain and stuff like that, and then it goes by GBG, get back, and everything else and whatnot. So obviously, he just stood on his business of not hosting violations. Um, my brother today, who's a very educated brother and stuff, he was like, you know what, when you get a second chance at life and stuff like that, if you want to be in this life and whatnot, you have to expect everything that comes with it, and you can't have like the public or your fans to feel sorry, which I understand. But like obviously, coming from where we come from, you also understand that certain people just don't like sit on violations, so they're really on the in it. I know that we live in the UK and a lot of men want to act like they're bad and they're with it and everything else and whatnot, but really and truly, a lot of men do sit on violations. And I don't want to be giving off key examples for a man to be getting, what's he talking about? What vibe? Because obviously, at the end of the day, when it's here, there's a lot of things, yeah, that you can live for, which fair enough, like nobody's gonna penalize you for um choosing yourself first and moving on with life and everything else and whatnot. You get it? But there's time to time where people sign up for this, yeah, and then they want to be on like eggshells or, yo, I can't do nothing to my man because, yo, his cousin is da 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 and da 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 da, or be in the same spaces with men that know that have hurt your friends and stuff like that. And it could never be me, and it could never be me. But it could be some other people that can host that forgiveness, and like they are willing to let certain violations slide and go and stuff like that because you live to see another day, which is fair enough. But then there's also guys like Dig that will be like, nah, not on my watch, innit? Not on my thing. Like, something's gotta get got. And again, obviously, I don't know the precautions, the story, if he did it or not, allegedly. And to be fair, it's not my business. But what I can see is like, generally, a lot of people always act surprised when these matter of factors come along. And it's mad because the same people that we're speaking on these things are the same people that be running to watch Top Boy, running to watch Empire, to run to watch Power, and endorse all this behavior and be like, oh, it looks so cool and stuff like that. But when a real life event happens, when somebody dies, because when my man passed away and stuff like that, it was a sad day, and a couple of people were showing their condolences out and this, that, and then obviously going forward as well, when Dig Dat got his news, and again, a couple of people, because it's their favorite artist or this, that, I'm sad about this and everything. This is just how the way life goes, kind of thing. And there's no kind of rehab out here, kind of thing. Like, I know that the UK loves to act like they give endless opportunities to the younger generation and everything else and whatnot. But the matter of fact is that it's not. So sometimes when it's the life of trapping drug kind of thing, yeah, easy access to money and to get out there and stuff like that, that's going to be appealing to them. But we have to understand, yeah, and deliver the actual truth as people that have been in and around it and at a mature age to say, you know what comes with this is there's not a lot of results out of it, innit? Like, a lot of people believe that they'll become successful in this thing and everything else and what, but there's not a lot of results. It's death or in jail if you're full-time out here. And time to time, you gotta accept everything that comes with this life. You understand? Like, you sign up for it, you're out there doing your 1, 2, 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7s. Yeah, you can get right with the Lord. Yeah, you can take your shahada and say inshallah and everything else and whatnot. But the truth is and stuff like that, whoever you've traumatized, they will never forget. So it's a spinning cycle, and they will definitely spin the block, And this is just basic lunch talks. We'll expand on these matters and everything else and whatnot when we still see like these patterns, because this ain't gonna be the first story and it won't be the last. Yeah? Lunch talks, I'm out.